Good morning, friends and fellow seekers. This is another episode of Tarot Talks, and yesterday we covered the Queen of Swords. So I'm just going to go ahead with the rest of the queens for the first couple videos, and then we will go on from there in order. So yesterday, what I did not tell you is that each queen is the element of water, which is defined by the feminine principle, the dark mother, the amniotic fluids in the sac of the womb. And so they are part water and they are part whatever element of the suit that they are. So here with the Queen of Cups, we got double water. So we're talking about double the psychic abilities or intuitive abilities. We're talking about deep dreams, deep emotions, a lot of nurturing, a lot of that motherly nature, anything that is associated with the feminine principle. Okay, so you have double that energy with the Queen of Cups, double water. Okay, and we also have the things that the Queen can represent, the zodiac signs that the Queen can represent. If you're talking about a person, you're talking about someone who is a water sign. So this would be Scorpio, this would be Cancer, and this also would be Pisces. Okay, so if you did not watch my video yesterday, I went over in detail what the deacons are in the zodiac, and the queens and the kings do have deacons that they relate to, and also the minor arcana cards do have deacons that they relate to. Now, I personally think that this is the best way to determine time when you're telling tarot, is to figure out what deacons you're looking at. And you can easily open up a book, Google it on the internet, and you will be able to find that information. But for me, I feel like that is the most the best way to tell what time, because they actually relate to certain times in the year through the zodiac. And these things, they really are so interconnected. We're talking about alchemy, we're talking about tarot, we're talking about astrology. These things are so old and so beyond us and so interconnected that I really do think that that's the best way. But you know what, if you don't agree with that and you have your own frame of references that you use and you have your own way of doing things, that's great too. In the practices of the occult, especially when you are a solitary practitioner, or you don't go by like a religion and you're just an occult practitioner, hey, it's all up to your interpretation and whatever makes you feel comfortable. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you're doing anything wrong, because this is a journey, and on your journey you are going to learn for yourself the further that you go, and you're going to figure out things that that really work for you. Okay, so we're talking about time here and time frames in the zodiac. So this particular card is related to the third decan of Gemini. So we're talking about the last 10 days in May, okay? And then the first and second deacons of Cancer. So this would be the first 20 days of June. All right. So the planetary rulerships of Gemini and Cancer would be Mercury for Gemini and Moon for Cancer. And then if you are interpreting this as a person, this is going to be someone who is a water sign, which would be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Okay. Now, each of these court cards, they have keywords. I'm not going to go through all 4 court card keywords. I'm going to stick to the Queen keyword, which the Queen keyword is going to be experience, okay? And just to give you a quick example, if you were a king, that would be established. So kings are, they are the builders, and they're the people who are more established. So if we're talking about in terms of experience, you can also read these this way. We're talking about someone who's experienced but not at a level of mastery. Yeah, okay? So lots of experience, hands-on working, just not at the level of mastery just yet. Okay, so we have the keywords, which would be experience. We have feminine receptive, which means it's not forceful, it's more receiving than it is actually putting energy out. You're more of a receptive energy. And it's also, Cancer is also a cardinal sign, so there is that mixture of that initiation, the starting of. And cardinal, this is called like modalities in the zodiac. Each sign has a gender, and it also has a modality. So Cancer is a feminine cardinal, okay? So cardinal is any sign that begins a season. So we're talking about the beginning of summer here. So it's the initiative energy. So fixed is the energy that's established and it's holding strong. And then you also have mutable, which is changeable. So you have those flighty people that are like, oh, I don't know, whatever. And like whenever anything falls apart, they're just like, oh, I'm just going to deal with it. That's a mutable energy. Okay. So I like to interpret the Queen of Cups as someone who is extremely in touch with their femininity. They have deep dreams. They are very intuitive, and they have psychic abilities. Again, you're going to talk about being experienced. We talk about rulership with queens, like someone who runs the roost, and has their shit together. So those are some of the information that you can pull from a court card. And court cards, a lot of times when you're beginning, they're very intimidating because you don't know if it's a person, you don't know if it's a thing, or if it's an energy. And the other thing that you can look at is the planetary rulerships, like Mercury and the moon. Now, Mercury is, a lot of the times, he's associated with the mind, but he's also associated with messages and bringing messages back and forth from the underworld to our world, okay? And then we look at the moon. So for me, I really feel like that's psychic messages, because the moon also deals with the deep part of the consciousness and the subconscious and everything that lives in the subconscious. So this is like messages from the subconscious mind. So that's it for today, and I hope I gave you a lot of information about this card. I really want to encourage you guys to break out that deck, start learning things, don't be intimidated, and again, if there's any questions, feel free to reach out and let me know. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye.